You know, this show is by far the worst sports show there is. Okay, we know that.
Oh, yeah. Show stinks.
All right, show does stink. We don't have, you know, like block time for pre-show meetings. Okay, it's not like we sit around a table and we graph out what's going to like. That does not happen with this show. It's very different than a lot of other shows. Okay, and now we're seeing other shows that are coming into our world in the way they operate. We are much different than a lot of shows. We are learning slowly. Now I got a chance to experience some at ESPN, obviously, whenever I got to go on, get up with the legend Mike Greenberg, the way they operate their show, and College Game Day. I've gotten a chance to kind of see how they go. Those shows are, you know, like institutional like shows. Our show is nothing like those shows.
No.
Okay? Nothing like it.
Thank God.
I got a chance to go to WWE, do the way WWE does stuff. Our show, nothing like WWE shows, okay? But I do believe this show, okay? I feel like we know if it's on the internet, I am on my phone all day, every day, as are the boys. I feel like we have the deepest dive of Rolodex of shit that we look into to go ahead and form our thoughts and opinions because we don't want to speak out of our ass, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have a real passion for that because it's our jobs. Like, hey, now granted, Connor says some very dumb things that are nowhere near true on a very regular basis.
All the time.
But he also says some things that are very, very accurate.
Quite profound.
You know, you kind of got to count all of his hacks into his batting average, but he seems to potentially have the lowest batting average, but he's going home runs. A lot of us very focused on staying within the know. Now, granted, I don't watch a lot of, you know, like TV stuff, but if it's on the internet, I feel like I know a good bit about it. Diggs takes a lot of pride in this as well. People don't know this. Diggs comes in the morning. He has his like little coffee. He has his computer. He's going through everything. He's a different worker than I am. He likes to write things out and everything like that. Diggs yesterday, deep dive into the Pittsburgh fucking Post-Gazette. Okay? Our hometown newspaper, so it's something he's probably read for a long time. And he reads an article that is intriguing to all of us about future moves for the Steelers because we talk about the Steelers on the show. By the way, Steelers were one of the big storylines, and we got numerous people from Pittsburgh on in the studio, obviously. We have friends in the Steelers organization, both in all aspects of that. So we talk about Steelers a little bit. So that was an article that Diggs felt needed to be read.
Oh, yeah.
For us to do our job.
Absolutely.
Diggs then sends that article into the group. We see the quote, we all read it, and we're like, okay, here we go. Jerry fucking Dulac. Okay, a guy in Pittsburgh who works for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. He wrote an incredible article, okay? And he said that sources have told him that JuJu is looking to go to a bigger market. Okay, that is what his sources said. So we said yesterday, we had to cover it. Like, hey, JuJu is a free agent.
That's
JuJu is one of the, there's Jerry Dulac, by the way. Shout out to Jerry coming back. That's Jerry Dulac right there. Sorry, that's Jerry Dulac right there, that guy. And listen, Jerry, I don't know much about him. Okay, I didn't read newspapers growing up. I do know Ed Bouchette's a legend there next to him. Okay, Ed Bouchette. But Jerry Dulac wrote this article. So whenever it comes up in conversation about JuJu's future, we go, oh, we are well researched. Okay, fun fact about JuJu's future: it is being alleged per sources of sources that JuJu's looking to build his brand. JuJu. I don't know if I think he did listen to the entire video, and he said this is 100% wrong, and I think he put it out there to kind of let everybody know that was wrong. But the JuJu bees,
We're swarming.
okay, who I respect, all right? You got that loyal of a fan base. You can do TikToks on, like, he does good business off the field. His fan base is an awesome one. They start coming after me for making up fake news. Hey, stupid, dumb, young motherfuckers, okay? I didn't make that. We said allegedly in there as well, by the way, which kind of gets us off the hook of everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's literally in the first.
With all due respect.
But we were just reporting what we know because that's what we do. We're deep reporters. So all the people that started coming after me, they're like, "Oh, I got a lot of tweets comparing me to people that I like legitimately just lie whenever they get on television." I'm like, no, complete opposite, pal. Actually, well researched. Know this.
Yeah.
Listen to what we say before we get. So we would like to clear this up. Jerry fucking Dulac. Said JuJu, from his sources that he heard, Jerry Dulac said that JuJu's looking to move to a bigger market, okay? And maybe whenever we tweeted it out, we should have expected people not to potentially listen to the entire thing, but the word allegedly is sitting right there in front. We got Bleacher Report tweeting that I said that JuJu wants to go to a bigger market. Hey, Bleacher Report, that is not that's not me, okay?
No.
Actually, in the video, if you say, we read sources say, And now we're getting just buried. Now we're just getting buried. Now I know, oh, shut the fuck up. A lot of those tweets coming out from my account to other people this morning.
Bleacher Report, huge on putting like 6 to 8 emojis after tweets, so probably big JuJu bees.
Oh,
I assume they're a big JuJu bee group. But yeah, I mean, you get that nest a-humming. Don't worry, they're not going to sting. I mean, they're just going to fly around and make a lot of noise. They're not going to sting or do anything that'll hurt you.
Now, granted, you did go after.
You did. Yeah.
Now what I'm saying is, I need. Yo, stop coming after me. Now, if you watch that video and you decide to go after the COVID cowboy for what he said,
so be it.
That's his bet. That is the COVID cowboy saddle that he put right onto the horse. You do what you got to do. But Bleacher Report saying that I created that. It's like, no, that is not true at all. How about you guys do a little bit of fucking research?
Yeah.
Okay? Because that's what we do around here. Because our listeners and watchers deserve it.
Yes.
Well, and how about Jerry Dulac just sitting back and letting everyone take shrapnel, just grinning from his ivory tower? I mean, come on,
can't blame
Jerry.
him, by the way.
Once he saw what was going on, you can't blame him.
If Jerry just sees us eating it over here, he's like, well, I'm actually going to retract my...
He's wearing his beehive suit.
I'm going to get out of here. The honey thing. Yeah,
Listen, I mean, this is a live daily show. We're going to talk about things that are reported.
Yes.
People are like, well, why didn't you follow up on the report and check with your source? I mean,
we don't fucking have sources, bro. What do you think this is?
That is
not
our source.
That's not our job.
Our source is the people who have the source.
Yeah. Correct.
And that's what. And I would like a little bit more respect for the amount of time that I put on my phone every single day. Okay, it's not like I'm just popping things up. I dedicate a lot of fucking hours on my phone. Now, my wife doesn't love it. Okay, my dog Valerie doesn't love it. She'll come up with a goddamn paw and hit it out of there. But I'd like to know what's going on, just to have a little bit of a feel, a grasp what's going on. So whenever you see somebody who's in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette who writes that their sources are saying this, it's like, okay, here we go. Like, that seems like that's something. And by the way, would make sense if that was the case on all sides. And I think that's potentially why the source might have said it to Jerry, because Jerry's like, of course, that's what he's looking to do. And then it kind of go. So I'm not saying Jerry is lying either. I think Jerry did get that information. Yeah. But you can't. I'm tired of being fucking buried for me knowing what's going on and people saying.
Didn't we do the right thing?
I should be getting complimented.
Yeah, you really shoot the messenger here.
Oh, yeah.
I would like compliments from everybody.
Yeah.
JuJu Beast.
Nah, they set out to make you the fall guy.
Yeah, like I'm the guy. I didn't make it up. And then Bleacher Report fucking puts it. Like, hey, Bleacher Report.
That was pretty delicious.
Guys, fucking take a hike, pal.
Yeah.
Didn't you do the right thing, though? You tagged JuJu in there.
Yeah, we
to
tagged
tell his
JuJu
story,
in it. Yeah.
and he told his story.
Yeah.
He went right to the source.
That's what I'm saying. I think Bleacher Report should have maybe said, hero Pat McAfee brings to light a potential wrong narrative about JuJu. JuJu's response was, this is 100% not true. But instead, it was complete opposite. They had a picture of me at the XFL when I was 270. with a bad look, on my face. That was a horrible photo.
Side profile.
These
come on.
motherfuckers.
Well, if you're going to bury somebody, you fucking just go all out.
Yeah.
That's what Bleacher Report does.
Oh, they fucking did, yeah, for sure. Fat Pat.
Go after Jared Duckluck, not fucking you.
I mean, JuJu's been on the show, too.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll ever come back on the show after what fucking Tiggs has said numerous times, but for the good of the show, I don't tell anybody their thoughts, what they're allowed to say, what they're not allowed to say. I will often follow up with the opinions of COVID Cowboy do not reflect that of his employer or his peers. Because I feel like, but you have to have a show with differing opinions. Like, you have to have it. And I did not like the way that was operating last night. I was just like, yo, fuck you. Hey, fuck all of you, actually. I should be getting like, hey, Pat, thanks for you and the boys for doing the deep dive into a paper that probably doesn't get read that much by somebody that is doing something and bringing this to light so JuJu can clear his name. That's what I thought should have happened. But instead, it was the complete opposite. I was being called Skip Bayless.
Jeez.